he also wants to be tough at the beginning of this video. You can't be tough and lame at the same time.
Why you? Kendrick just said in the beef, the embassy about to get raided. She might decide to say no to me now, but yes to me later. Let's go. Now,
Wild
is that
bar.
not a bit wild, guys?
Wild bar.
If she said no to you, it's a no.
It's a no.
If she say yes later, it's because you coerced her, is it not? That's
I mean,
crazy bar. Why were they in your crib looking at hoes? Like, why are you saying that? What are you talking about?
Calling Jimmy John's because them shooters don't deliver.
Welcome to the control room, where we are taking our news feeds back by cutting through the noise and putting truth back in our timelines. Let's take control. Okay, y'all. First, to address the elephant in the room. Where's my Shoota? So, our podcast, All Things Lit, is where we get together and talk all things Black literature, Black culture, all of the things. And we love doing it. But have you ever noticed that in each of our episodes, I'm kind of the one bringing the facts, journalistic style, while my Shoota is taking those facts, analyzing them, and making it deep. Our dynamic is kind of unmatched, but the reality is that we don't live in the same city, so we're not always able to sync up and record. But we still want to keep our channel going and growing because we love it. We love doing what we do. And so to take the pressure off of us but remain consistent, this is what we came up with. On this segment of our channel, The Control Room, I will be running point and delivering the facts and my opinions on the current events of Black culture. And in another segment of the Shootas channel called Musings and Mugs, Eminem, with LYSH, my Shoota will be taking the things that are happening in the culture and digesting them a little deeper, because we are who we are, you know, and we bring what we bring. And we are actually very excited about this. Now, that is not to say that my Shoota will not be in the control room. Expect to see us both on both segments, but when you don't see her here, just know that that's why. Okay, so without further ado, let me introduce my special guest. He insists on not being on the camera, but he is my big brother. He is a certified hip-hop head. He is a musician. He is an educator, a band director, a musical arranger, composer. He is a scholar. He is so intelligent. He is the reason that I am so in love with hip-hop the way I am. He is the reason I know so much about it. Even, you know, the parts of hip-hop, the roots of hip-hop that are very much before my time. I've grown up with this man, and I rarely not learn something when we're in conversation. And so I thought that he would just be the perfect guest to kind of break me into getting on our channel by myself. So, welcome, my brother. I call him Jay, so y'all call him Jay.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Okay. So today we are getting into all of Drake's latest activities. He dropped a song, he went live, and all of that deserves a bit of discourse. So that's what we're getting into today. So let's get into the double standard in post-beef behavior. And you can chime in anytime you want to. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I'm realizing as I scroll on all these different social media apps that apparently only one artist is allowed to keep speaking on the beef that is now over a year old, while the other one gets labeled bitter or obsessed or dragging it. It really does grind my gears to see how everything Kendrick has done post-beef is considered dragging it, while everything Drake does is apparently his right because he lost the beef. I guess losing the beef gives him some leeway to say what he wants to say and do what he wants to do. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Personally, I don't think it's a problem for Kendrick to do what he's doing, really, because he's just performing what is the number one song in the country, right? Like,
right.
It's a cultural phenomenon.
Right.
Whereas your boy Drake is trolling on Instagram, on streams, talking about he wanted to box Kendrick, but Kendrick the one dragging it.
Right.
Like, you know, it's a little much.
It's a little much. Drake was not dragging it, or it wasn't dragging it when Drake, number one, got on a national broadcast and dissed DeMar DeRozan at his own job. It wasn't dragging it when he stared DeRozan down at his job as if that was going to spark something at a basketball game.
Exactly.
Wasn't dragging it when he casually sneak dissed people on several live streams, when he claimed mental anguish in a lawsuit,
Right.
when he interfered with Schoolboy Q and Sir performing in Toronto. It wasn't dragging it when he brought Kendrick up on Some Sexy Songs for You, when he dissed LeBron at his Australia concert, when he dropped this song that we're about to talk about today to speak on the same thing. At this point, we already know how you feel about your traitors, but the same fan base that keeps telling Kendrick Lamar, who is only doing a tour, to let it go, should go tell the boy the same thing.
Agreed.
Now, I do believe it's all music, it's art, it's fun, and everybody is entitled to creative freedom. But if Drake gets to drag a lawsuit about the beef and continue to mention the beef in his new music, if he gets to DM political figures in Canada for attending a show in their own city, if he gets to do all these different things, then we have to stop being upset with Kendrick for performing one of his hits, his biggest hits that people clearly still want to hear. We just went to a concert and they played the song and people were still here for it. So it's like,
what's the problem?
What's the problem? If he can do it, he should be able to do it, period. But every time Kendrick gets on stage and does exactly what performers are supposed to do, it's somehow too much. Make that make sense. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the intro? So the intro of the live stream, after all the showing the different parts of the ice factory or warehouse, he goes on a lunch break and then he is watching TV in the lunchroom and it is old videos of him. He's rapping.
All right, so let me just say, the ice thing was super lame. Like, yo, let me get my tape measure, just see how long this ice is, because I got to do my ice stuff because I'm the Iceman. I get it. Okay, whatever. Now, how can I put this? I'm a little bit perturbed because the history thing, showing the old Drake, is the Drake that I deal with, the Drake that I love, where he clearly is just spitting bars.
Correct.
I still say, whenever Drake decides that he wants to actually rap, he's one of the best rappers. The problem is, he doesn't do that no more. He want to be popular. He want to be catchy. And so he's leaned into that all the way because he's a pop rapper, I guess. What he just spit way back in those days, I rock with that right now to this day.
Me too.
But that's not what he does no more. And so showing me that juxtaposed with this song that I just heard, he's lost his way.
He's lost his way.
He's aging backwards.
Okay, so the next part is music video, which is What Did I Miss? My initial thoughts were the name The Iceman paired with the guns and the recent appearance of him at a known racist concert. All of those things kind of made me question why we are still having a conversation about him being a culture vulture or a visitor in the culture. I don't know how much plainer he can make it that he is not FUBU for us, by us. He is intrigued with us, infatuated with us, but he is not of us. My first thoughts looking at the video, this name Iceman already, everybody's been saying it on Twitter that it's just kind of tone deaf in this time. And then him standing above all those guns that are reminiscent of the same ones that Ice carries, snatching people out of the streets today. It's just like, what are you doing? It's tone deaf. I didn't care for it. What are your thoughts?
I don't understand the gun visual. I don't understand the gun scene. What is it there for? What do you mean by that? Who is it towards? Are you trying to impress us? Is that what you think that Black America likes and want to see? Just Drake next to a bunch of guns? And then right after that, he goes back into the ice thing. Like, what's the story you trying to tell with this video? I don't understand that. I don't follow where he's going with it. I just don't.
Right. What are your thoughts about him kind of talking slick on the record, but at the same time, he's also claiming mental anguish in the court of law?
Of course, I think we all know he just saying that because he's butthurt and he wants to win that lawsuit. One thing I done realized lately is people gonna say what they gotta say to win the argument. I don't believe that he really feels that way. As Drake said himself, he studied rap battles for a living, right? Like, so why would that be an issue? Number two, like you say, if that's the case, then who you finna punch? But I don't understand what it is that he's saying in relation to how he says he feels. Didn't he say that he felt threatened?
He did.
Right, with them people that was on his street. He had the gun, right? Said Kendrick had folks on his street while he was in Toronto But
Right.
yet you got all these guns though.
Right.
How does that work?
Right.
Drake looks like a lame to me, especially in this video where he starts to dance. But he also wants to be tough at the beginning of this video. You can't be tough and lame at the same time. Like, it's fine to lean into that lameness, which we know Drake has done in the past. Now he's the boy, he's the kid, and he's this mob boss, apparently. You can't be both. You can't do it at the same time. You can't be lame and cool at the same time.
That's a word. So, the Shootas, we have recorded a video about how we judge music, but we haven't come out with it yet. It's coming soon. But I am going to ask you to judge this song based off this criteria. How do you feel about What Did I Miss sonically?
It sounds good. You know, Drake is a very catchy person. He's going to make a song that goes on TikTok that you're going to get stuck in your head. He's a catchy type person, bro. You know, at some point in the week, I'll probably be talking about it's cool. It's cool. I get it.
Yeah.
But, you know, that is what it is, I guess.
I agree. I wrote that I feel it's a new age bop that I could probably listen to casually if I wasn't off him.
Yeah.
What about his delivery and his flow?
The delivery is fine. Again, I don't see anything too groundbreaking about his delivery. It's kind of, like you say, classic new Drake is what he does. He repeats stuff. You know, he kind of keeps that same cadence throughout. I didn't really see him doing anything special with it.
Right.
It's fine, though.
It's fine. He's not doing anything special. These are key things when it comes to the quote-unquote big three, because what are you doing to push the game forward? At this point, not much. Examples of things that remind me of this: Drake is into this repeating phrases like the YNs do, and you said when I wasn't recording that it's something that he was once good at when it comes to his ad libs, but now he overdoes it. And I think he overdoes it because the YNs wanted to emulate him, but they started overdoing it, and he is so into doing what they're doing. So he is now doing this no face. No face. He did it during the battle when he talked about who's next on the list, which one of my so-called, he in first person Shoota, when he did that thing where he is naming, he said something about 20 teens, but then he starts naming
Christine, Justine,
names with teen in it. It was a lot.
So Drake do these things, I feel like, for TikTok, because he knows it's going to be a TikTok clip.
And I have mentioned in the video how that Drake is not appealing to me. No. I can't stand it. I don't understand how he can get on a song with a lyricist like J. Cole and waste half of it talking about big as the what? Hey, big as the what? Like, you, and then you waste another part of it talking about 20 teens. Then you waste another part of it talking about you won away from Michael. Like,
because that's not for us though.
It's not for us. And you're right. And
that's for the young folks.
That's something to accept.
Who's just putting on music to get ready to go out and go to the club. They're not putting on music to listen to what it is that Drake's saying. They just trying to vibe.
That's something to accept. Next part of the criteria, does this song have replay value?
For me, nah.
But for the masses, could it be played on the radio?
Oh, absolutely. It'll definitely get played on the radio. I'm sure to get played in the club because it's new. I just don't see it being this big hit though. One thing this beef absolutely did do, and you know, I'm a teacher, and so my kids, they now listen to the words that people say in rap. They come to me with lyrics from this. They put me on rappers because of things that they say now.
Right.
You can't go back to it. It was a time where you could just vibe and say what it is that you had to say and nobody really cared. But that time is gone. It's sailed. And so I don't really see it being a cultural phenomenon now. It'll have its day. It'll be fine. He'll get some streams, and then in a couple months we'll be listening to something else. It's similar to Nokia. Who's listening to Nokia for real right now?
I don't know.
I haven't heard anybody play Nokia. I haven't seen Nokia on TikTok in a while.
I'm not sure where it is.
I haven't heard Baby Girl in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it is on the charts, which is kind of funny. I don't know why they didn't play that at the concert we just went to.
Exactly, but they played what?
Played Not Like Us.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes. What about impact?
I might not be the best person to speak to it, but I don't think the impact would be. I think it's going to be a splash. Personally, I think the summer belongs to Clipse.
I think so too.
And so I think Drake's trying to get a piece of that, but I don't think people really, outside of Drake fans, Drake definitely has his core fans, let me say that. But outside of Drake fans, to the masses, I don't think people really dealing with this, honestly. I can't see it staying on the charts all summer.
I absolutely agree with that when it comes to how it will impact the culture. I do think that it will impact Drake's longevity in a negative way, because I just think for him, moving on is key right now, and he's not doing that. I don't think he can continue to live in this hurt space maybe after the lawsuit is resolved, he'll be cool and he can make music about something else. I think he's capable of making hits that chart, but I don't think he's gonna do that as long as he's mentioning this. I think that his fans, the diehards that are on Twitter, that are on TikTok, that are committed to defending him, are going to play this and love this and whatever. But just the casual listener, is this going to remain on their top 10? I don't know.
I think in order for Drake to capture the public again, he's got to move past, he's got to grow up. Like,
Yeah.
he's been making the same type of music for the last 10 years. One thing about this beef, and I'm not trying to compare, bro, but I'm just saying Kendrick showed everybody I can do both. I can be lyrical and I can also do popular stuff. GNX is a very popular album. I think Drake now has to show, oh, I can be lyrical too if I want to. He just didn't want to, or whatever the case might be. I don't want to hear this. I need you to show me something outside of this, the guns and the women and the drugs and having fun and all that stuff. I get it. You're going to be in a strip club because you Drake, but this isn't how you feel for real. This is a front. You know what I'm saying? And it's very obvious because you telling me that it's cool and that you don't care who like you, but then you go off for 3 minutes about the people who switched up on you. How does that work in this exact same song?
To your point, you said that Kendrick showed that he can do both. He showed it in this battle. In the song 100, Drake says, I would have had all your fans if I didn't go pop and I stayed on some conscious stuff. I would have had so many more friends if I lost my success and my confidence, blah, blah, blah. He says he can do both, but is he showing us that in this day and age?
Absolutely not. And the ironic thing about showing us the Drake history thing, them was bars, bro.
Right.
Legit bars.
The beginning of the video.
That's
the
when
live stream.
Drake cared about what he was saying, and he was showing you, I do this rap stuff for real.
Right.
That's not
he had
the Drake
something
in
to
this.
Prove.
That's not the Drake in this song.
And, you know, at that time, he probably knew he had something to prove because he is a Canadian from Degrassi, you know? Maybe he just feels like he runs the game now and he doesn't have to prove anything.
But does he not have something to prove right now?
I mean, I definitely think he does, but maybe I don't know. Maybe he's trying to convince himself he doesn't or portray that he doesn't. I don't know. Crazy. But okay, so now the last piece of the criteria is lyricism, and in that we're going to get into a lyric breakdown. Let's start with this. I applaud Drake for putting his feelings in music versus making sassy captions, DMing politicians, saying spicy things on live stream. I applaud him for finally putting it on the track. I think that's what the music is for. I will also say that Drake's feelings are valid. My brother mentioned that he doesn't quite buy that he feels the ways that he says he feels in the lawsuit. But if he does, his feelings are valid. Everyone's are. If he feels the way he feels in this song, those feelings are valid. And with that said, we are giving our opinion on the lyrics in this song, as well as using things he's previously done and said to provide context. Now, let's look into the lyrics. The chorus, I don't give a if you love me. I don't give a if you like me. My thoughts on that, yes you do, because you're making a song about it on top of all the other times you've let us know how you feel about these traitors.
There has not been one thing that has happened that Drake hasn't commented on or made a shady post about. You very clearly care. We all see that you care. You have a whole lawsuit because you care. You didn't want Kendrick to perform at the Super Bowl because you care. I think he's just saying that to make himself feel better.
He says, asking me how did it feel, can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you people were standing beside me. How can some people I love hang around who tried me? Let's go. Now, I agree with that. I feel like it did surprise him that people, quote unquote, switched up on him. And to this, I say the same thing that I've been saying on all of the episodes that we discussed this, even in the slightest. During the beef, everybody that Kendrick brought up as if he were cool with them stood beside him, remained loyal. Drake brought up Top Dog, YG, Baby King, SZA. All these people rode for Kenny, LeBron. And then the next line is, what did I miss? And I think what you missed was, when he says, what did I miss? I think he's saying, like, in all of these years of me doing this, and this for you, what did I miss that you would turn? But let's focus on one person, LeBron. I think what you missed was the bond building phase of the relationships that you are currently grieving. There's a reason why Kendrick was confident in saying during the beef, a top dog who they think they playing with, because he knew that if he picked up the phone, if he got Top on the phone, Top would be at the music video shoot for Not Like Us. Right. Period. all his black hippie brothers were going to be on stage with him if he did a concert, period. Like, he was confident in saying that because he could. Drake was not able to say the same. Drake said SZA had Kendrick wiped down. SZA got you wiped down. And SZA ended up riding with the label mate that she got it out the mud with, as opposed to her ex, who she had a few songs with. She decided to stay loyal to the one who she has built a bond, a true bond with, a friendship with. They've been label mates all these years. And in contrast, when Kendrick gave SZA a big opportunity when he made it, and he gave her an opportunity as big as being on the credit rolling song of Black Panther, she appreciated that, and that added to the bond they already had. As opposed to, I'm just buying your friendship, I'm buying your love. So I think what you missed was authentic relationship.
I think this whole thing, especially with LeBron, is not that serious. It's very much Drake and his feelings. Not Like Us was the #1 song in the country. Somebody said it the other day. I can't remember a song as big as that before. I think it was Who Let the Dogs Out. It's that type of cultural. So to say that you're on the other team because you're singing this song or you singing Reincarnated, LeBron plays in Los Angeles, bro. But Drake sees you singing a Kendrick song and all of a sudden you're on the other side now. That's wild work. That is a major stretch to say LeBron switched up on me because he likes Not Like Us. Who doesn't like Not Like Us? I gotta not like great music to be your friend. I don't see it as that. It's a rap beef. Like, okay, LeBron's a basketball player, right? He beat Toronto like 3 straight years to the point where the announcer on TV said it is now LeBronto. Do you think Drake was rooting for the Cavaliers? No, he was rooting for Toronto. But then LeBron say, hey, you switched up on me because you weren't rooting for my team.
No.
Like no, that's not how it went.
It's hip hop. It's basketball.
Exactly. It's hip hop. Drake is trying to make this bigger than what it is because his feelings are hurt. It's not that serious.
And to that point, LeBron loves hip hop. Let's be clear. He doesn't always know the words to songs, but LeBron loves hip hop. LeBron is the reason. Anthony Tiffith, Top Dog himself, acknowledged this. He is one of the main reasons we got the Untitled Unmastered album. Kendrick performed some songs at something, maybe the Grammys, and LeBron reached out to Top like, we need them songs. And from that, we got Untitled Unmastered, which were songs. They were Lucy's from To Pimp a Butterfly. LeBron loves hip-hop and he loves Kendrick. Maybe him and Kendrick are not besties. Like, Drake wanted us to believe that him and LeBron were, but he's a hip-hop fan and he's always loved Kendrick. That's not a new thing. So it's not unfathomable that he would go to the Pop Out or any of the other things that he's supported from Kendrick since the beef. It's not hard to believe that it's strictly hip-hop and not personal.
And to be honest, if Drake hadn't done what he had done and he had come out with this IceMan's album, you mean to tell me that LeBron wouldn't have supported him?
I'm sure LeBron would have supported him.
Exactly.
And the truth is, if he had not done all that he's done since the beef, I probably would have supported it if I like songs on it. So, yeah, that's true. He says, I'm whipping around on like 600 acres. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You N-words just better not ask for no favors. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Again, with the better not ask for no favors, authentic bonds can't be built off of favors. And I think Drake fell into a habit of giving favors and expecting loyalty in return. And it doesn't work like that. And anyone who, I'm not even going to say of the culture, I'm just going to say people who had to be out in the world for real, you know that. Like, you can't, and this is the best example I can give. My brother is an educator currently. I used to be an educator. You cannot make the children respect you because you give them candy.
Absolutely.
The teacher who gives them candy for respect will never get it. The teacher who builds rapport with the students, the teacher who builds a bond, the teacher who shows them relationship, shows them they care, that's the teacher who has classroom management. That's the teacher who has control of the classroom. That is the teacher who, when she gives candy, it is a treat and it's cherished and they appreciate it. Because they know and it's the teacher who wants to give candy and treats and things like that because you love me, I love you. It's symbiosis. You cannot buy the children's respect. It wasn't built off of bribing.
Also, let me just say, I don't see Drake as this altruistic person who just handed out favors out of the goodness of his heart.
Me either.
Whatever Drake gives you, I'm quite sure that you're getting something back from him. There's been many stories of Drake messing people over I mean, we've seen it with Party, right? We saw it with Abel. What's his name? The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
You know what I'm saying? We've seen it with Quinn Miller. We've seen it with
Oof.
all these people that Drake supposedly do these favors from, but somehow fall off the face of the earth. OG making it. I love Party going up on a Tuesday. That was my jam. Only for him to disappear right after that. Like, again, I think this is just the Drake posturing, just trying to flip certain things to make it look a certain way on the song to make himself look better. But I don't see Drake just giving out favors and sending wire transfers and then all of a sudden everybody switching. Like, the people that love Drake. They with him. They riding with him. They OVO. Those who don't, I mean, come on, man. Let's be real. Be real with yourself.
He says, it's love for my brothers and death to a traitor. Let's go. I agree with those sentiments. She might decide to say no to me now, but yes to me later. Let's go. Now, is that not a bit wild, guys?
Wild bar. He said that out loud. Like,
does that not sound a bit coercive?
Very tone deaf bar right there. Very tone deaf bar.
I'm glad we agree, because when he first said it, I was like, what did you say? Yes, it reminds me of how people say, if you know the Baby It's Cold Outside song, people say that song is super coercive. And we love that song, me and my brother and my mama.
They was just flirting.
We love that song. We say that was just flirting, but also he did continue to say, baby, it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. And eventually she came in the house. And so he said she might decide to say no to me now, but yes to me later. Let's go. That's crazy. If she said no to you, it's a no.
It's a no.
If she say yes later, it's because you coerced her, is it not? That's crazy bar. For sure.
Heavily implied. Let's just put it that way.
Next bar, hurt is all natty like Florida Gator. Let's go. You got thoughts about that bar? I thought.
Absolutely. As a Georgia fan, forget that line. There's a lot of words I want to say about that line, but I just go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Period. We from Georgia.
Cut that out.
I'm not cutting it out. I knew he had thoughts about that bar. You switched on the guys and supported a hater. Let's go. What's the get back for people is TBD. I look at this stuff like a BTC, meaning Bitcoin. Could be down this week, then I'm up next week. I feel like the fact that get back is on your mind makes the chorus a moot point. You do care who loves you. You do care who likes you. Just admit it.
That Bitcoin line is wild. Let me just say, I did just realize it because you said BTC and Bitcoin. People have gone bankrupt off of Bitcoin. I'm talking about big name folks who have stadiums, arenas named after them. Bankrupt right now off that Bitcoin. So yeah, you might be up and you might be down. But when you go down, you out. Wild bar. So is that what the gun's for? The get back?
It could be. He's definitely talking about it.
Like, yeah, he's just this thug now, I guess. Thug Drake.
This next verse. Yeah, people get punched in the face on some TLC stuff on the dead guys. Some TLC stuff cause my N-word, you gonna need a chili ice pack for your left eye. First, on the dead guys annoys me just because, I mean, for obvious reasons. That's not your life, number one. Who you trying to be? Second, the TLC part where he said you gonna need a chili ice pack for your left eye. I love that part.
I hate that part.
I like it because, okay, that I feel like it's cute, but it always annoys me when Drake explains his punchlines. Like when he said, I heard one of your little kids might be Dave Freeze. And then he goes on to say, shade that for Drake or shade that for free. I get it. You talking about Dave Free. But then you go on to say, nah, not that kind of free. I'm talking about my Dave. I hate when he explains his punchlines. I feel like it takes power from the punch when you have to explain how you landed it. Like, you don't have to tell, like, I got it. Chili ice pack for your left eye. I got it. I super got it. But you have to tell me it's TLC because of this. You get it? It's like, what? And you know, at school, you always joke on the one who explains their jokes.
The problem I have with that bar is it's super rudimentary. Any rapper worth they salt in their local town at whatever rap battle they at can come up with that bar.
They can.
Like, that bar ain't, I mean, y'all talking about beam bop, boom bop, bam. But this man talking about chili and left eye.
Mind you, beam bop, boom bop, bam was an onomatopoeia.
Exactly. But again,
because of the previous line, but yes.
But that's the point that I'm making.
And he never tried to explain it to y'all. If you got it, you got it.
Exactly. So that's the point that I'm trying to make, right? You talking about this line that you actually had to dig into to figure out a little bit, while Drake is explaining his very simple bar to you. Hey, it's TLC and chili and left eye.
You didn't need to say both, because once you said the chili pack for your left eye, I literally got it. And I feel like you wouldn't even dislike it so much if he didn't explain it.
Right. That might be true.
Because it would be a good one.
It came
if it's like, if you had to get it, if you had to do a little bit of work to get it. like, oh, what he said? Oh, okay, that's cute. But he already told us. I didn't have to think about it, and that's annoying to people who enjoy lyrics.
To me, that is a very corny bar.
Super corny, but he made it corny. It didn't have to be.
But
I just feel like if he didn't explain it, it didn't have to be corny.
It's not even the good corny though. It's not even like so played out. It's not like High School Musical is corny.
Yeah.
But it's so corny that it's kind of good.
Drake is not the good corny though.
He's not the good corny.
I think he used to be.
I agree.
I'm back in your city tonight, walking around with my head high. I suppose this is a shot at Kendrick because Kendrick decided not to linger in Toronto after his shows. But also keep in mind with that, Kendrick City is Compton, California, not LA. So where are you walking around with your head high? Compton? I doubt it.
That's what I'm saying. When was he in Compton?
I think he was in Compton for what video shoot did he do in Compton with the game?
I'm talking about since the beef.
Oh, yeah, no.
When have we seen Drake in Compton just walking around?
Right. I saw bro went to pop out with them, but been deriding gangs since headlines, and this is when he threw up the 6 in the video. To that, I say refer to my previous comments about forming actual bonds over giving favors. Like, why wouldn't they be at the pop out? You know what a perfect visual is? Go to a Kendrick concert and you just see people loving the music. Go to a Drake concert and everybody in the mosh pit holding up signs about why they need money.
Very true.
Like, stop giving people money and expecting loyalty. Some people are loyal. Young Thug is riding to the wheels fall off, okay? But some people, it's like, what? And also, my brother made this point earlier. What has Drake ever done for LeBron? LeBron can like what song he want to like. He's LeBron James.
The issue I take with that bar is the deriding. Because he better not be talking about LeBron. Talking about LeBron was deriding him. When we have him on camera saying, you said that, you said I can never let you down.
And LeBron telling him, tell him what I told you.
Also, let me say, can I just real quick set this up? I'm a band person and I was section leader when I was in high school and college. Right. One thing I very much learned is as a leader, you got to lead. You can't just be a leader because you section leader. People not going to follow you just because you in charge. Right? They follow you because you a leader. Drake is like, hey, I'm Drake and you're supposed to be on my team. Why aren't you on my team right now? But you make a horrible decision after horrible decision after horrible decision.
Right.
You made like 7 horrible decisions in a row. You're
a band director now, and your band is not just going to do what you say because you said it. Your students aren't going to do what you say because kids not going to do that. It's like you have to
build relationships.
Give them something to lead. Yeah. So, yeah, for sure. Agreed. I feel like nobody's there until you start giving out 2 tones, as in watches. And nobody cares until they're in front of your tombstone. I think somebody cares. You just have to surround yourself with those people. Refer to my previous comments.
That bar I can kind of get behind because I do kind of see the sentiment of not giving folks their flowers while they're alive. I just don't think it works in this situation.
Yeah, folks, yes, Drake, no. It feels like nobody's there until you start giving out 2 tones. It's the fact that you're giving out 2 tones. Stop giving people Rolexes and expecting something from them. Like, what are you talking about?
Unless it's Act. Act deserve one.
He do.
Give Act a watch, man.
It's time for Act to retire from the OVO game. Cause Drake ain't. Anyway. He said y'all been on that type of timing for too long. IceMan's, Tiffany, Bluestones. I done made plenty stuff right out of 2 wrongs. Let's go. What did I miss when I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all and giving out verses and bookings to y'all? It's the same thing. You giving out verses, bookings, money. It's not going to make people loyal. It's not going to make people loyal. I don't know who he talking about. He probably talking about everybody that he's ever given. He's giving a verse to SZA.
Okay.
He's giving verses to people, but verses, money. I mean, he's giving verses to Kendrick. It's not going to make you loyal, though. And that's the thing. And if you've ever listened to Kendrick talk about their come up, if you ever literally go to YouTube and just go down the TDE rabbit hole, it's really entertaining. But they always talk about how, number one, they always expect it to be underground California artists. They just expect it to be like their city's, their state's treasure, like a hidden gem. But then they started getting noticed. They start getting seen, but they always had their core. They just knew who they were. Even when he did the Control verse, and I've heard him talk about it, I've heard Ab-Soul talk about it, I've heard Punch talk about it, and they were just on some kind of, I mean, we're just us. We ride for us regardless. If a person feel a way about it, they feel a way about it.
That just is what
and
it is.
So the day that the whole thing happened with J. Cole and P. Diddy, when Kendrick and Punch and some other people went to the club, they said that day they were going to check the temperature in the club in New York to see, like, y'all mad for real? Like, what? What is it? And but the sentiment was, we're us. If you ride with us, great. But if you don't, who cares? I don't need nobody to like me in this game because I know who I am and I know who my people are. Yeah.
That bar blows me heavily because it just shows you the type of person Drake is. I'm not the type of person who does you a favor and then expects something back.
Right, but he definitely is. This whole song is explaining how he's done favors and expects something back. That's why he want to know what I missed. Did I not do this? Did I not do that? What did I miss in all of this?
Even if you switch up on me later, okay, you just missed your blessing the next time. That's the type of person I am.
Literally, we have a daddy who always says when people do him wrong, they definitely gonna need me before I need them.
Exactly.
And I carry that with me for sure.
Yeah.
He continues to talk about what he does for people. Making sure wires were hit, man. What did I miss? When you was all in my, this is another wild bar. When you was all in my crib looking at hoes. Is this not crazy? Why were they in your crib looking at hoes? Like, why are you saying that?
And why are you so proud of it?
Kendrick just said in the beef, the embassy about to get raided. What are you talking about?
And again, Kendrick it just ages like fine wine.
It ages like fine wine.
Because he hate the women you mess with because they confuse themselves.
With real women. Didn't notice I said we. It's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
And it's true. Again,
you better off to have one woman. Everything tricky right now.
Just listening to these lyrics, it shows me why Drake isn't of the culture. Right? The Morgan Wallen thing, you can't tell me of the culture. Always rapping like you're trying to get the slaves freed.
Right.
And thinking that's a bar. Like, whew.
Got you whipped and chained like American slaves.
Got him with that one. Slave to the P word, but I'm just playing the field.
Right. He ends that with, after when you was all in my crib looking at hoes, word for word at all of the shows, you always felt like this man, what did I miss? That whole verse is about monetary things, not actual relationship building. I already talked about SZA and how he felt like she should be loyal because he gave her the songs. They used to go together or whatever when she was maybe legal, but she decided to ride with her longtime label mate who she got out the mud with. You listen to her on them stages at this tour, at the end of every show, all she's doing is talking about how grateful she is for Kendrick Lamar. What did you miss, my guy? I don't know, man.
Overall, I can't deal with this song. Like, I think y'all said, what was it? Sonically, delivery, and
flow,
then lyrics, right? For me, the most important thing to any rapper, slick any song, is you got to be able to tell me a story. The story that this song is telling, I can't buy it. The thing that Drake is trying to sell me in this song, I can't
get with.
I just can't deal with it.
Can't get
even if I like this song, the way that it sounds, at some point listening to this song, I'm gonna get tired. Like trying to listen to this song to get ready for this, I had to turn it off.
Right. So then we get to the next part of the live stream. That's our thoughts on What Did I Miss, guys. He is then in the car, riding around his city, driving around his city in the IceMan's truck. I think he's always kind of leaned into his corny side. We said that earlier. But now he's trying to mix it with real ninja-ism. Like how he dances, how he does his little gun move on stage before trophies, and his Christmas stream where he was like in the sleigh. Like all of that's corny to me, but he kind of be doing corny stuff, and he kind of did corny stuff getting in the car, acting he's driving or whatever, and he's actually driving through the streets of the city. Now at the very beginning, and hate me if you want, I personally feel like those were paid actors saying Iceman, Iceman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's that. As he's riding through the streets, he plays another unreleased song. And this song has a few notable lyrics. He says this summer he's staying focused. He says the company he keeps is getting smaller. Losing all these friends really got to me. I was talking to maybe Taylor over drinks and it was getting deep. He says it's still heartbreak, Drake, but I glued it together. He says, do not come around the guys playing peacemaker. They snaked me for now, but we'll see later. Your boy got his head busting at once, but we was laughing about it a week later. The truth is not in your phone. You're too attached. I like that he said that because that's true. I don't know. I hope he's talking to himself.
Because if these lyrics is about himself, I might be able to give it that.
I hope he's talking to himself when he says the truth is not in your phone. He needs to really know that, internalize that.
Because again, with this song, the What Did I Miss? The Mirror, bro. All these problems that you're bringing up and when you don't understand how you got here, the answer is in the mirror. And so if you can look at yourself and realize that I made these mistakes, I can deal with that.
Right.
But I don't think he'll give me a song that sound like that.
Yeah.
That's some self-reflection for real.
Now, what I will say, all these lyrics prove that you do care who loves you. You really do care who likes you. A line I thought was funny, he said, Los Angeles love like Phil Jackson and Shaq O'Neal. It made me think about, because I love this song, Untitled 2, on the Untitled Unmastered album by Kendrick Lamar, when he said, me and Top is like a Kobe and Phil. Father figure, F with him, you get killed. F with me and he'll kill himself. TDE, the mafia of the West. But instead of saying Kobe and Phil, he said Los Angeles love like Phil Jackson and Shaq O'Neal. I don't know why he said that. I was trying to listen to all the lyrics. I guess I had to listen when he actually releases the song. I don't know what he was getting at right there.
If those bars are about self-reflection, that's a song. That's what I need from Drake.
Yeah.
I don't think Drake can continue on the path he on with the tough talk and the, pointing the finger at everybody else. I need him to tell me what he did wrong and how he's gonna better himself.
Accountability. Shoota says that all the time. Because nobody hates Drake, and that's something that me and Alicia really be wanting to get across in our video. We don't hate Drake.
I'm a Drake fan, Slick.
Right. It's the accountability. It's not that people hate Drake. It's we stand for something, and I don't respect anything that he's had going on in the last year. And that's just the truth. Yeah, a little accountability would go a long way with me. But he hasn't taken any of that at this time.
You lost the beef. We all know you lost the beef. You haven't admitted that you lost the beef, number one.
Instead, you're suing.
Exactly. You doubling down on the fact that we just watched that movie yesterday where the quarterback lied. And then when they outed the lie, he's the only quarterback who stood up and doubled down on the lie.
Double down.
Drake is a double down, triple downer.
Right.
I need you to go, hey, Kendrick got me. Here's where I messed up. I should have did X, Y, and Z. I took it too lightly. I thought I was going to be catchy and everybody was just going to repeat after what I said. But Kendrick got me.
Good battle. Good game. Drake wasn't able to do that. Anyways. So, after that, he's playing songs. He ride around the city. He trying to look unbothered. He not looking in the camera, whatever. People start coming to where he was driving. Now, this, I think, was authentic because he was on live stream. People saw where he was, and then people start coming, and then you hear people running up to the car like, I ran all the way here and stuff like that. They're showing him love. I thought that was nice. I thought it probably definitely made him feel good. What was funny was he had his Toronto/Caribbean accent on, like, yeah, blessings. I can't do it, and I don't need to try.
That's what Drake got on.
He had his little accent on. There was a point in there where someone on the street yelled out Drake's a B word, and Drake replied, "So what then?" He
Not the Lindsay Lohan accent.
Mine probably sound bad, but it's he do his Caribbean accent. He was doing that. Boy. He said, "So what then, P word? Don't look away now. Don't get shot now. We'll fold that up right now." And all of this in his Caribbean accent.
The accent is because, again, talk about cultural appropriation and Drake being who he is. We know how Drake talks. We've all seen Degrassi.
I don't even know how he talks.
We've seen him on stream with Kai and XQC and Aiden Ross. That's not how you talk. You know how you talk. That ain't it. He's a great actor. Amazing actor.
He really is.
But we know you acting. You cosplaying. You're not really a thug.
You're also not Caribbean. It's like, are you a gangster or a civilian? You gotta choose, because your slick talks like you're a gangster, but then you are suing somebody for causing you mental anguish. You gotta choose.
But that's why Kendrick and Cole are who they are, right?
Yeah.
Because they just are. Cole don't come at you like he's a gangster.
No, he doesn't.
Because that's not his life.
It's not, and that's super okay. Everybody's life is just what it is, It's fine.
Like, Drake get the cosplaying and be really believing.
Ice Cube's son is not trying to act like he grew up like Ice Cube. Jadakiss' son, J1, he was active in the rap battle with...
It was a good song.
With WDIM. He was. And somebody tweeted him. The tweet went viral and said they hate Nepo babies. J1 said, bro, all your mama had to do was F somebody with a future and we'd be in the same spot. I can respect that because he's being who he is. Like,
that's a great comeback.
It was a great comeback, but it's also true. Like, you mad because I want to rap, but I didn't grow up like you did. Like, what?
Yeah.
I can respect that. I do respect that. Yes. And the live stream ended with a blue screen saying that the IceMan is coming soon. I was gonna play this little part so you can hear him.
Away now. Pussy. We'll fold that up right now.
Ends with that. Iceman coming soon. So I guess that's what it's called. The new album is called Iceman. It's coming soon. Yes, so I did want to ask you, strictly for the people, because I already know. What do you think about people in general giving themselves nicknames?
I guess I come from a culture where you can't give yourself a nickname. That's one of the lamest things you can do.
Mind you, I just want to put this out there. He comes from a predominantly black city. We grew up in a predominantly black city.
Yeah.
We both went to HBCUs. That is our culture. But continue.
You cannot give yourself a nickname. The whole point behind a nickname is that's how you make your name. You do something and that's how you become who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or maybe it's just intrinsically. I was always, my dad has a name and I was always let him because I'm named after him. That's just how that goes. So, for instance, when R. Kelly named himself Kels, I couldn't do it. When Puff Daddy became P. Diddy, I was done. And it just so happened that those are two of the weirdest.
And he also became Love.
And so, Drake did the thing with the kid and the boy, and I'll let that go. That's borderline, that's fine. But now to call himself Iceman, because when you say Iceman, I'm thinking either two things. Number one, the ice people with all the people who's getting deported right now. And number two, what's that movie that was flying planes?
Put yourself on mute real quick. I just wanted you to hear Jay talk on our podcast. Keep going.
I don't understand why that's necessary.
It's Shoota.
Anyway, whatever that movie was, the main antagonist, his name was Iceman. That's the two things that's coming in my head. It's like you want yourself to be cool.
Yeah.
Like that sound cool, so I'm gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give yourself no nickname.
You can't give yourself
also,
no
this
nickname.
is how I regularly talk. Don't listen to her.
The truth is, I only asked him that because I already knew how he felt about it, but I thought it would be good for the podcast. So yeah, in closing, this is where the contradiction hits hard. His lawsuit says, word for word, as a direct and proximate result of the defendant's conduct, Drake has suffered significant general, actual, consequential, and special damages, including, without limitation, impairment of reputation and standing in the community and in his profession, personal humiliation, mental anguish and suffering, emotional distress, stress, anxiety, lost earnings, and other loss. Personally, I want everybody to be okay. So, first and foremost, if these things are truly happening in your life and your mental and your heart, take care of those before throwing shots. Because honestly, I think that even mentioning the pop out in your new song could potentially stir up some things that could cause more mental anguish.
Which is why I feel like he don't feel that way.
I don't know how he feel, but I just feel like don't be knocking at Kenny door because that boy might answer. He ain't scared. Yeah.
He has some more mental stress and anguish.
You have any? Yeah. You got any closing thoughts?
About Drake, no.
About anything?
Very excited for this JID. JID is going crazy right now.
JID is going crazy right now. And let's just say that we love that because we're from Georgia.
Yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia. Stand up.
JID doing this thing.
JID, thank you.
To stand on the song with Eminem multiple times.
Yes.
And to not be an inferior rapper, big deal.
We love that.
I've always been a Clipse fan. No Malice. Listen, no offense to Pusha T.
No offense.
But No Malice was my guy back then.
He's an amazing lyricist.
You know what I'm saying? No Malice was my guy, so I'm super, super excited for that.
Yeah.
The summer is lit. The summer is lit, and I'm very happy that the culture has shifted back to what it is as opposed to what it was. Because there was a time where I wasn't really listening to anything that was coming out new because I couldn't deal with it. But now there's like multiple projects that I already got downloaded on my phone, ready to go.
Pre-order, yes. We are very excited. By the end of this week, this should be out before that, but the Clipse album will be out at the end of this next week, and we are both very excited. And JID has been doing his thing. I'm super hype about that just because I've been wanting lyricism to come out of this state for so long, and it's coming. I love that. So that's it for today from the control room. If you felt anything we said today, if you disagreed, but you stayed to the end, like this video, drop a comment, tell us what you think about all the things. And most importantly, take control of your timeline. Stop letting the algorithm think for you. Yeah. That's the purpose of this new segment. And I'm your host, James.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Shout out to my brother for doing the podcast. Maybe next time he'll show y'all his face. But we will see you next time inside the control room.
Jimmy John's got them shooters on deliver.